You ever answer your phone in just silence? It's not a bad connection. It's actually a trap. Today, we're going to break down a really simple but incredibly dangerous phone scam, and I'm going to give you one powerful rule that will help you beat it every single time. So, let's get into it. You know, it's a habit for pretty much all of us. We answer the phone and say, hello. But what if I told you that simple, polite greeting is the exact thing scammers are hoping you'll do? This is the big question we're going to answer today, and honestly, it might change the way you answer your phone forever.
So, picture this. You're just going about your day and your phone starts buzzing. You glance down and you don't recognize the number. Could be anyone, right? A delivery, maybe the doctor's office, or, something else. You figure, what the heck, and decide to answer it.
You say, hello, and you get nothing, just dead air, for 1, 2, 3 seconds. And then a voice finally clicks in. Well, that silence, that wasn't an accident. That's the scam starting.
So what is actually happening in those 3 seconds? Let's pull back the curtain and look at how a simple word like yes can be turned against you.
That awkward pause has a name. It's called robocall connection lag. See, scammers use these automated systems that dial hundreds of numbers a minute. The system only bothers connecting you to a live person after it detects a voice on your end. And that connection, it takes about 2 or 3 seconds. Your hello is literally the trigger that starts the whole thing. The whole process is this carefully laid out trap. It starts with a robocaller just blasting out calls. When you talk, you activate the connection, which causes that telltale silence. Then, the live scammer comes on with a question that sounds totally innocent. Can you hear me? That's the bait. Our natural response, of course, is to say yes. And just like that, boom, they've captured a recording of your voice saying yes. And here's the really scary part. That recording of you saying yes becomes a weapon. It's basically a fraudulent voice signature. Scammers can then take that little audio clip of you and splice it into other recordings. They make it sound like you're agreeing to anything and everything, authorizing credit card charges, signing up for expensive subscriptions, all under the cover of a so-called verbal agreement. And believe me, this isn't just a theory. This happens to real people. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old from Ohio. She did exactly what we all do. She answered, said hello, heard the silence, and when they asked, can you hear me? She just said yes. 2 weeks later, she's fighting a recurring charge for almost $300. And the company? They claimed they had her verbal consent, and they had the recording to prove it.
Okay, so that sounds terrifying, but the good news is the defense against it is shockingly simple. It all comes down to one golden rule that builds your entire defense. This is it. This is the number you need to burn into your memory. 3. The 3-second silence rule. This little trick is your shield. When you answer an unknown number, you just say nothing. You just wait for 3 seconds. Look at how clear this is. If you speak, the system detects your voice. The scam begins. But if you stay silent, the robocall system doesn't hear a thing. It just assumes it's a deadline or an answering machine, marks the call as unanswered, and hangs up. It might even take your number off its list. You literally defeat the machine before you even have to talk to a human scammer. All right, so the 3-second rule is our foundation. Now let's build a complete protocol on top of it so you know exactly how to handle any suspicious call that comes your way.
Here's your 4-step playbook. Step 1, answer, but say nothing. Don't give them that hello they're waiting for. Step 2, wait out those crucial 3 seconds. A real person will get confused and say something like, hello, are you there? A robocall system will either hang up or connect you to the scammer. Now, if you then hear that classic question, can you hear me? You move to step 3. You do not use a one-word answer. Instead, go to step 4, and you take control. Ask a full question like, who is this? Or who am I speaking with? You just have to train yourself to spot these red flags. That initial silence is your biggest clue. The can you hear me question is the classic setup. Also, be really wary of caller ID spoofing. That's where scammers make the number look like it's from your area code. And of course, if anyone tries to create panic, this is the IRS, your social security is suspended, it's almost definitely a scam. Just hang up. And remember, it is not just the word yes that they're after. Scammers can edit any simple affirmation. So you want to avoid saying sure, okay, or I agree. Force yourself to respond in full sentences. Instead of yes, say something like, I can hear you just fine. That gives them absolutely nothing they can misuse. Okay, but
What if you slip up? We're all human, right? You answer the phone on autopilot, you say yes, and then your stomach just drops. First of all, don't panic. There is an action plan for this exact situation.
If you think you might have been compromised, do these things right away. First, call your bank and your credit card companies. Let them know what happened so they can put a watch on your accounts. Second, you need to monitor your own statements like a hawk. Check them daily for a few weeks. Third, think about using a free service like Credit Karma to get alerts if any new accounts are opened in your name. And finally, report the call to the FTC. It actually helps the authorities build cases against these operations. The goal here, the whole point, is to turn this knowledge into an automatic habit, a reflex that protects you without you even having to think about it.
So let's lock in the key takeaways. 1. That 3-second silence is your shield. Use it. 2. Never, ever use simple affirmation words. Don't give them a yes they can steal. 3. Take control of the conversation by asking questions and making them identify themselves. And 4. Trust your gut. If a call feels weird or suspicious, it is. Just hang up. You owe a scammer nothing.
Now, I want you to just think for a second. Who in your life is the most likely to answer the phone with a friendly, polite hello? A parent, maybe? A grandparent? A friend? See, these scammers, they prey on politeness. They specifically target people who are naturally trusting.
You know, the simplest habits are often the most powerful ones. That small pause, just 3 seconds of silence, it's a digital shield. It costs you nothing, but it could save you and the people you care about thousands of dollars and a ton of stress. Make it your habit. And please, share it with them. Stay silent and stay safe.